Now, a News 5 special report. Tonight, we continue our investigation into the GulfQuest Maritime Museum. Former museum director Tony Zadro sits down with us to talk about the $1.6 million verbal agreement the museum board had with the Sam Jones administration and how Mobile's current mayor handled it. Here's News 5's Allison Spann.
GulfQuest's museum board never saw the $1.6 million returned from the Sam Jones administration. When Mayor Sandy Stimson took office, they were hopeful the issue of the missing money would be resolved.
We were, eager to present the situation to Mayor Stimson after he won the election.
What the board found was an administration that had no knowledge of the verbal agreement between the Jones administration and the nonprofit.
It was news to them, I believe.
In building construction that was far from complete, the administration quickly made this the priority.
The Stimson administration focused its time and attention on finishing the building, which is really should have been admittedly their number one priority. I mean, we supported that wholeheartedly because if the building wasn't finished, we couldn't get in to install exhibits.
However, the missing funds were beginning to affect the completion of the building.
It was impacting our ability to finish the exhibits. It was impacting our cash flow.
After more construction delays and an additional $500,000 dished out by the nonprofit to complete the city-owned building, GulfQuest opened.
We were finding ourselves after the opening of the museum with diminishing cash reserves and the need to really get back in front of the Stimson administration and talk about reimbursement.
The museum board met with the Stimson administration but made no headway on the $1.6 million.
They actually brought up the fact that GulfQuest had not paid the utilities to the city of Mobile in the interim. And to be honest, from the nonprofit's perspective, it was unreasonable to think that we would be paying $200,000 at the time of utility expenses when, in our view, the city owed us many more times that amount.
3 months later, the city finance director, Paul Wesch, sent this material of default letter to Tony Zadro.
We were looking at a 90-day period in which this had to be brought to a resolution or the city was in a position to literally evict GulfQuest, its partner, from the building.
According to Zadro, Mayor Stimson advised the nonprofit to go to the city council about the $1.6 million.
I listened intently and had some questions for them, but it's my understanding that was never a promise or a pledge from the city, because I think we would be good about honoring something that indeed there was paperwork that followed.
City council members said they could not make any decisions on the money unless the mayor himself proposed it.
We can't make the mayor do anything, or no matter what they show him, and we can't unclose what he has closed.
Shortly after, the mayor's office sent out this press release saying the museum was closing its doors.
The way that happened was not the way that I would have wanted to handle it as executive director of the museum. It was not compassionate. It was not professional. It was handled in a manner to me that was very heavy-handed and indicated again the elements of a hostile takeover.
Now, we did reach out to the Stimson administration, who declined an interview, but join us tomorrow for the last installation of our investigation into the rise and fall of Mobile's Maritime Museum, GulfQuest. We'll talk about the future of GulfQuest and why it has to stay maritime themed. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Allison Spann for News 5.
Now,